Going live now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Inappropriate Movie Database, the comedy game show about content warnings. I'm your host, Nick Martucci. Welcome to the show. If you're new here, I'm so happy you're here. Welcome. If you like what you're seeing, there's over 200 of these, which frankly is way too many. But that means that at least 10% are good, and that's a solid 20 episodes. So if you like this, finish watching it, then watch some of those other episodes. Also, if you're not a member of the Facebook group, you should join that. If you search Inappropriate Movie Database or click the link in the description of this video, that's where you can get all the information about the show, including how to be on it. With that said, it's the end of the month. We have February coming up, and I just put out a sign-up sheet for February dates. So if you want to be on the show, we go live Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. Coming up this month, on February 5th, we're doing movies based on true stories. The 12th, we're doing romances, because, that valuable SEO from Valentine's Day. The 17th, we're doing movies with pronouns in their titles. And on the 26th, we're doing movies that have any actor or actress that has been nominated for an Oscar this year. So just going through that list of 20 people, any movie that has at least one of them in it. So if you want to be a part of any of those shows, go right now to the Facebook page, claim your spot, or you can go to Instagram or Twitter at IMDb Game. I'll be posting the list there, but since you heard it, if it's not there, just send me a DM. I'd love to have you on the show. One more piece of business. Winners of every episode have an optional prize if they so choose to force me to watch a movie in the upcoming week. Last week, Josh Poirier won the show, and he had me watching 1988's The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. Now, this is a movie that has been on my list of shame for so long, and what I learned is I didn't need to feel shame about that. Turns out I'm in the minority, but I do not understand how many people enjoyed this movie and enjoy Terry Gilliam in general. I found this to be overlong, so painfully unfunny. Every character was nothing at best. Terry Gilliam can't write for shit. And if you don't believe me, ask Eric Idle, who was once asked if the six Pythons were the only writers of the show, or were there more? And he responded with, 5 of us wrote the show. Terry Gilliam can't write. He can draw.
Wow.
Also, Eric Idle said about this movie that he used to be smart with Terry Gilliam movies. There was a rule: you should never be in a Terry Gilliam movie. If you read about the production from him, and especially from Sarah Polley, who was 9 years old at the time and was sent to the hospital, has lasting trauma, has lasting scars from this movie, and it's not even good to justify it. I think what I've learned about this is I keep expecting to like Terry Gilliam movies, and I don't. I've liked one. I liked Fisher King, and I looked it up to see what the difference was. Terry Gilliam did not write Fisher King.
Is the implication of that statement that you did not like Time Bandits?
I have not seen Time Bandits, and after my my time with Terry Gilliam, don't think I'm going to watch Time Bandits unless somebody forces me to. If Terry Gilliam has no haters, I'm dead. Fuck Terry Gilliam. Fuck that movie. Thank you, Josh, for taking that off of my list. If you've been watching recently, here's a big statement for you. I would rather rewatch any of the Jurassic World movies before rewatching Baron Munchausen. So, that movie has a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, so obviously I'm in the minority with my opinion, and it's so rare to be in the minority and completely right. So that is my anti-Terry Gilliam, anti-Baron Munchausen rant. We'll see next week. Maybe I'll get a good movie, or maybe I'll watch some more stuff that I'll rant about. Only one of these four people can make that decision. Let's bring them in. Joining me on the show tonight are Amma Marfo, Jenny Isme, Jessica Mayotte, and Lloyd Legacy Sharp. Welcome, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
I know I'm not going to make any friends with that review, but the heart doesn't want what the heart doesn't want.
I'm here to make friends. We came here to win.
Exactly.
So you all know, and if you can read the word behind... Oh. All right, Lloyd, I think something might be a little up with your internet connection. So we're going to hope for the best tonight.
Oop.
Or Lloyd's just going to abandon us. Anyway, on the show tonight, we're doing movies based on TV shows. Somehow this is a theme that we've only done once on the show, like 150 episodes ago. So I'm so excited to do this again. Finally got enough movies together that were based on TV shows, miniseries, spin-off, any sort of thing that led to a movie is in play tonight. And before we get to the regular game, we're going to do a mini game up top. And before we get to that, I'm going to wait for Lloyd to re-enter the Zoom. I'm hoping he does. So does anybody have anything to say to me?
I think
Until
Lloyd is
back.
probably boycotting this flagrant and vulgar display of bad taste. And frankly, I don't blame him. I think it's a bold stance, and I'm too thirsty for attention to follow him, but my heart is in support. Oh, he's back.
I never claimed to have good taste. I like what I like. I dislike what I dislike. And only sometimes will I think differently of you if you disagree with me.
Only sometimes. Interesting.
Very rarely for somebody of my my gender and complexion.
Sure.
So, like I said, we're doing a mini game up top. This mini game is the cast lists of movies. What I'm going to do is just start reading actors who are in a movie. I want you to just yell out when you think you know what the movie is.
No raised hands. Excuse me, no raised hands.
No raised hands, no penalty for wrong answers. We're going to keep going until somebody gets the movie.
Is this one still in the TV theme, or is
it sure is?
Okay.
Great question.
All right, so this first movie features Frank Welker, John Kazir, Tom Kane, Joan Rivers, Sky Jackson, BJ Novak, Paul Rubens.
Is it Pee-wee's?
It is not Pee-wee. Wolfgang Puck, John Oliver, Jeff Foxworthy, Anton Yelkin, George Lopez, Fred Armisen, Alan Cumming, Tim Gunn, Sofia Vergara, Neil Patrick Harris, Jonathan Winters, Katy Perry, and Hank Azaria.
Is the Oscars of the Emmys like are they a movie? What are we talking about? What is
this? This is a movie that came out in 2011.
Is this a Simpsons movie?
This is not the Simpsons movie. Based on a show from the 80s. It's half animated, half live action. Most of these people do voices.
The Smurfs.
It's the Smurfs.
Oh,
wow. BJ Novak was involved with the Smurfs?
He is one of the Smurfs.
I have no recollection of there being a Smurfs movie.
There's
Neil Patrick Harris. Yeah,
them.
okay, I remember now. I do.
And Hank Azaria's the live action Gargamel.
Gargamel, yeah. Shit.
So, with no hints whatsoever, Jenny Isme was able to get that point. Welcome back to the show, Jenny Isme.
Hey, thank you. I'm coming to you live from the moon in The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. Next movie.
How did this movie make Robin Williams so unfunny?
That's fair. It's not his finest moments, but very expensive.
Well, Jenny, it's so good to have you back on the show as always. You said you have been thinking about movies based on TV. Is there one you would like to talk about?
No, I told you I'm bad at it. I had, for a brief moment, I thought that the Super Mario movie was based on the TV show, but it's not. I have a compelling treatise on Garfield that I will post to Substack or something. I don't have a Substack yet, but it feels worth it for that one point. Did they make a Frasier movie? I can't, honestly, I've been racking my brain and trying really hard to think about this, and every time I try to, I just think about a TV show that definitely didn't have a movie.
Into the Frasierverse. Well, I think that's going to bode really well for you tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Let's see how that goes for you. Also returning to the show, always a treat, and somebody that I've already had this conversation with, so I know is going to bring some good recommendations in. Amma Marfo, welcome back to the show.
Happy to be back. I don't remember if I did this topic last time, but I
You
feel
did
like
not.
I did. That surprises me because I feel like it's something I have a lot of opinions about.
I think you've done the reverse topic. You've done movies that led to TV shows.
Yes, I did. Yes, you're right. I did the opposite.
Real quick, Lloyd, I'm seeing your message. If you want to just hang out in here and see if it gets better, you're welcome to. That always like seeing you. I'm gonna feel a little sad if your internet's stopping you from playing this game. But either way, Lloyd, you're a treasure, and I really hope you're either on this episode or back on next month. Okay. Well, I'm sorry to cut you off there.
No worries.
So, yeah, do you have a recommendation for this?
I do. This is an opportunity to talk about one of my favorite movies, formative memory from my childhood, which is the 1994 live action Flintstones. It is a movie that multiple times, if it's been on like cable, I've just been like, well, whatever I was doing isn't happening now. I got to sit here and watch this movie. And it is now on Netflix. It was in their top 10 within a week of being added. So I'm not alone in this. It's great. Highly recommend.
I completely agree with you. I haven't seen it in a while, but it is a childhood favorite. It's the first movie I can remember seeing in a movie theater.
Yep.
It's the first and one of two movies I can remember buying in a McDonald's drive-through. So
yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah.
The VHS and the glassware. Yeah, that was when movies and McDonald's were cool.
Yeah, McDonald's needs to go back to selling glasses.
Mm-hmm. You can buy those glasses on eBay. I checked. So I'm.
They are
I
too
told
expensive.
Yeah, I told Nick I'm trying real hard to talk myself out of buying them, and I don't know if I'll be successful. But I'm attempting to be fiscally responsible.
I just keep looking at every thrift store around me.
That's a good call.
I'm gonna check my mom's kitchen. I bet they're in there.
Yeah, I can't believe with all of the stuff my mother's held on to, there are no Disney glasses anywhere.
Mom, you're watching. Just text me the glasses inventory, please. Thank you.
But yeah, Flintstones. What a fucking cast in that movie.
Halle Berry has a character called Sharon Stone. If you needed anything, that should help. Elizabeth Taylor as Wilma's mother, Pearl.
I believe her final on-screen appearance.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The fucking the lead guy from Law and Order SVU is Mr. Slate.
Yes.
Not Christopher Maloney, whatever his name is.
Dan something.
Yeah.
But yeah. Shirley Ralph is in it. I went to a panel in LA a couple of years ago and got to ask Shirley Ralph a question. And of all the things you could bring up to her, I said to a dream girl, "Thank you for the Flintstones." And she appreciated it and remembered her line from her cameo. So she loves it too.
Yeah, if I had Netflix, I think I would watch it tonight, but I don't, so I'm gonna have to try to find it somewhere.
If I win, I will send you on that search.
I mean, ideally, I would like to watch movies I haven't seen, but
I know that, but I said what I said.
Okay. Well, Amma, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Also returning to the show, just another delightful person, Jessica Mayotte. Welcome back.
Hello.
How you doing, Jessica?
We got an extra face today, apparently.
There is an extra face, just kind of blurring in and out.
I'll be muted most of the time because he
That's
just
fine.
I love him though.
Well, Jessica, do you have any suggestions for movies based on TV?
I do, and I feel like I might have been on the other episode, but I don't
You weren't
know.
either. I looked,
wasn't?
and this is an
Are you
all-new
sure?
group of people.
Okay, so the Simpsons movie. That's my childhood. That's my movie. I don't care if you like it or not. That's my movie.
There's some good stuff in that movie.
I think it came out like on my birthday or around my birthday, the year that it came out, which I don't remember the year, but that's okay.
When they put The Simpsons on Disney Plus, I ended up watching more or less 25 seasons of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
And then rewatch the movie.
Yeah.
And not a perfect movie by any stretch, but there's some really funny stuff in that movie.
Yeah, I love it.
Also, the return of Albert Brooks.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, Simpsons movie, awesome. Looks like Lloyd won't be joining us in person anymore, but he's sitting in the chat, so Lloyd, if you have anything you want to contribute to any of these questions, feel free. And Lloyd, if at the end of the show you want to take part in that final question, you're more than welcome to. I would love to see if you can win this show despite not playing at all.
I would love to see that. Like, I'm rooting for myself, but I'm also rooting for Lloyd to win in that particular fashion.
Exactly. I am with that too.
All right. So, before we get to the regular game, let's do one more mini game to figure out who's going to pick our first year. And it's going to be another one of these cast games, so yell out when you think you know what this movie is. Let's see if we can get it before the final name. This movie has Nick Lachey, Kate Walsh, Wendy McLudden-Covey, Mo Rocca, Jordan Black, Jennifer Elise Cox, Ed McMahon, Annie Mumolo.
This is a Paw Patrol movie?
That is not the Paw Patrol movie.
21 Jump Street.
It is not 21 Jump Street either. Richard Kind, Amy Sedaris, Conan O'Brien.
With Candy, the movie.
It is not Strangers with Candy, the movie.
That's a great guess.
It's a fun
I like the
movie.
yelly out ones. These are good. I can just keep going.
James Lipton, Steve Carell, Carol Shelley, David Alan Grier, Stephen Colbert, Jim Turner, Heather Burns, Jason Schwartzman, Michael Caine, Shirley MacLaine.
Is it the Cider House Rules?
It is not the Cider House Rules. Will Ferrell.
I love the TV series.
And Nicole Kidman.
Bewitched.
It is Bewitched.
Okay, I just gotta say for Jessica, like the red light and the blurred child face coming in and out is giving you like big A24 vibes. It is freaking me out.
I can change the color if you
It's
want.
some elegant
Don't you
horror
dare.
that you are creating.
Okay.
This is Argento level mastery. This is beautiful. I'm terrified.
All right. Well, that means Jenny goes into the game with 2 points. There's
Well
plenty of
done.
points still on the board. Yeah, that was a weird movie where in the movie they're remaking Bewitched and they cast Nicole Kidman, who's an actual witch.
Mm-hmm.
Never seen it, but I trust you.
I'm surprised anybody's seen it. I haven't.
And Steve Carell as Uncle Arthur, but not as
Yes.
Steve Carell as Paul Lynde doing Steve Carell as Uncle Arthur doing a really good Paul Lynde impersonation.
Also, somehow Stephen Colbert and Steve Carell in the same movie, and it's a Bewitched movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that cast list did not make sense until the final two. It was all over the map.
I mean, that's why I picked those 2 movies in particular, because just a wild amount of people are in those movies.
Truly.
It's the Spice World stratagem.
Sure.
All right, well, that brings us to the regular game. You've all been on a bunch of times. You know how it works. But if you're new here, here's what's going to happen. I've gone to IMDb, the Internet Movie Database, and I've pulled parental warnings for a bunch of movies based on TV. These parental warnings, I don't write them. I don't know who writes them. These anonymous weirdos put what they think you might find objectionable onto IMDb, and I steal their words. I tell them to my friends. They try to guess what the movie is. Jenny, since you cleaned up in the bonus game, I'm going to give you first choice of years. Would you like a movie based on a TV show from 1998, 2009, or 2018?
1998, please.
1998. First movie of the night. No more yelling out. Raise your hand when you're ready to answer. For 5 points under the category of frightening and intense scenes, black ooze crawls into a child. Pretty intense. Jenny has a guess. Anybody else? What do you think, Jenny?
I think it's the X-Files movie.
Jenny, you might not to start thinking of some movies. This is The X-Files.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
This is my moment.
Whoa.
Wow.
Okay, so there was only 2 possible answers here. Because X-Files and Star Trek both have black goop killing people, but X-Files is going to take out a kid. Star Trek's too noble for that.
Sure. That's a very good point.
Well, the other clues in X-Files, under violence and gore, in the opening scene, a caveman is mauled by a creature. Another caveman stabs the creature in the back, and black goo/blood is shown. Frightening and intense scenes, the agents are chased by black helicopters. Violence and gore, aliens grab and chase a man. And frightening and intense scenes, a monster threatens Mulder and Scully. Well, Jenny is at 7 points. The other 2 are tied with Lloyd. Jessica, would you like a movie from 1997, 2003, or 2015?
2003.
2003. From 2003 for 5 points under violence and gore, Mrs. Ungermeyer tackles a bodyguard. Could be Ungermeyer, but I think it's Ungermeyer. For 4 points under violence and gore, the main character trips and falls on a stage, taking down a backdrop with her. Even though it's slapstick comedy, she's very humiliated by it. For 3 points, under sex and nudity, some romance between the main character and Paolo. Amma has a guess. Anybody else? What do you think, Amma?
It's the Sex and the City movie.
This is not the Sex and the City movie.
That's a good guess.
For 2 points under violence and gore, an animated version of the main character falls and gets hurt a lot, but it is humorous slapstick style comedy. Amma has another guess. Anybody else? All right, Amma, what do you think this time?
It's the Lizzie McGuire movie.
It sure is the Lizzie McGuire movie.
I knew it sounded familiar for a second. I was
Oh,
like,
you're
wait.
so right. I
Yeah.
saw that in the theater at midnight. We were the only people there because we were adults.
The last clue in that under sex and nudity, Lizzie's performance outfit shows some midriff, and some of the costumes she tries on have spaghetti straps and low necklines. Remember spaghetti straps from being yelled at school?
Yeah.
That's really still a thing. It feels like that should have been phased out 20 years ago. That is absolutely still a thing. There are sinful shoulders across the country ruining our young
Men
girls.
can't think if they could see your shoulders.
It's
Yeah,
so
they can't.
distracting.
Yeah, historically
Just
they weren't able to
biology.
think very well when mine were covered up. So like, who am I? I went to high school in Florida. Like, who am I to wear sleeves for their benefit? No.
All right. Well, that means that Jenny's still at 7, Amma up to 1, Jessica at 0.
Sorry, Lloyd.
Amma, would you like a movie from 2000, 2015, or 2020?
2020, please.
2020.
It's a cool strategy going for that year that we all blacked out. That's neat.
Yeah, if you can believe it, some movies came out in 2020, and this was one of them.
Who remembers? We're about to find out.
For 5 points under sex and nudity, no nudity is in this movie at all, but buttocks. So in other messages about nudity, it means buttocks, not frontal. Some jokes and references, but that's normal. Everybody follow that completely?
Like, should you read that again so we can be sure you're not having a stroke?
I am happy to. No nudity is in this movie at all, but buttocks. So in other messages about nudity, it means buttocks, not frontal. Some jokes and references, but that's normal.
Oh, it's that thing where they're correcting previous comments. I love that. When they interact, it's so cute.
For 4 points under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, a bit about fake cocaine, played for laughs, and none is used. For 3 points under sex and nudity, Q does a presentation which is intercut with clips of his parents doing a fake porno movie. It's all suggested through dialogue, though. Jenny has a real excited guess. Jessica has a guess. All right, Jessica, what do you think?
I forgot.
Okay.
I know that I know what it is. I just don't know the actual name of it, I think.
All right. Jenny.
Oh my God, that sleep paralysis demon is back. Look out, Jessica. I think it's the Reno 911 movie. Reno 911, the film.
I mean, that is an excellent guess because they do interact with the group Q. But this is not Reno 911.
It was worth losing a point. It was worth
It's a
it.
good guess.
Real solid guess. For 2 points under sex and nudity, the guys go to a strip club for Murr's punishment, him not knowing his family is there watching him as he gets a lap dance. Women are seen in bras, thongs, and lingerie, but no nudity is ever shown. We've got 2 hands again. Jessica, have you remembered the name?
Okay, I know what it is. I'm just gonna say it's the Impractical Jokers movie, but I don't actually think that's the complete name.
Amma, what do you think?
It is also the Impractical Jokers movie, of which I do not know if it has another name.
This is Impractical Jokers, the movie.
Okay. See, I thought there was more to it when, like, because I could, I should have said something last time.
There was no chance I would have ever gotten that. Wow.
If I'm being honest, I don't know if I would have gotten it. I've never seen Impractical Jokers. I've never seen the movie.
I have Impractical Jokers close to mine because I just got back from a cruise, and the cruise that was going out after us was the Impractical Jokers cruise plus Eric Andre. Otherwise, that would not have come to mind so quickly.
You're not missing much with the movie. It's not worth it.
This makes total sense. The only reason I'm aware of them is because I saw them on a billboard at the casino once. Like that cruise ship level thing. Yeah, that track. Wow.
We're big Sal Vulcano fans at my house. We're not even really Impractical Joker fans, but like Sal Vulcano stand-up, so fun.
Last clue in that for fans of the show. But the jokes and challenges toned down for a PG-13.
Yeah.
All right, that means Jenny's at 6. I'm at 3. Jessica at 2. Yay. It's really it's become a game now. Since we've only got 3, Jenny, you get 2 shots of picking ears this round.
Oh shoot! And that is, this is really when Lloyd comes in and wins it on the last question. That's going to be out of this world.
Would you like a movie, Jenny, from 2003, 2014, or 2021?
Let's get weird. 2021. What happened?
Let's do 2021. From 2021, for 5 points under violence and gore, some scenes may scare young children. Violence is mild, but there is a moderate sense of peril and threat. 2 characters fight over who is the main guard by comically slapping each other at restricted entry.
Can you repeat that? I apologize.
Sure can. Some scenes may scare young children. Violence is mild, but there is a moderate sense of peril and threat. 2 characters fight over who is the main guard by comically slapping each other at a restricted entry.
Thank you.
You're welcome. For 4 points under sex and nudity, when Skye deploys her wedgie drone, we see Mayor Humdinger's underpants, but it's not too bad. Amma has a guess. Anybody else? What do you think, Amma?
Is this the Paw Patrol movie?
Yep, this time it is Paw Patrol the movie.
Yeah.
Other clues in Paw Patrol, frightening and intense scenes. Chase sometimes has acrophobia, a fear of very big heights, when he tries to rescue passengers from a train and later braves it when he saves Ryder in a building. Violence and gore, the titular team have to rescue people from perilous situations, including an upside-down train car and a burning building alongside plenty of explosions. And frightening and intense scenes, a flashback scene shows Chase as a tiny puppy who is almost hit by a car but is saved by Ryder.
Great.
That means Amma has taken the lead at 7 points. Jenny at 6, Jessica at 2. That brings us to our second mini-game. What we have for this mini-game is a revamp of something I like doing, but really did not work the last time I tried it. So let's try it with new rules. This is taglines. I have a bunch of taglines for movies. I'm going to ask one of you. I have 5 taglines per movie. I'm going to read each tagline with a different point value. You have 1 guess. So if you don't think you know it, wait for the next clue and keep going. Once you guess, if you are incorrect, your opponents have a chance to steal these points.
Do you lose points if you get it wrong?
You do not lose points if you get it wrong. This is only for gaining. So, Jessica, because you have the fewest amount of points, I'm going to let you have the first and the final movie.
Okay.
So, for 5 points, Wake Me When the Trip's Over.
No idea.
Okay, 4 points. This summer, it's high adventure. It's outrageous fun on a wild vacation. Okay,
Do
3
we get like
points.
a year on these?
We will not.
Ooh, that's brutal.
Uh-huh. These all should be movies that you can get by the last one. But it's up to you whether you want to. That's the other thing. If you guess incorrectly, you're not out, but it means everybody has a chance to answer on the remaining ones. So for 3 points, the most hilarious and hippest animated musical comedy ever. Okay, 2 points. It's the story of a father who couldn't be closer to driving his son crazy.
Miles.
No? All right, Jessica, for 1 point. Meet Max. His girlfriend's a babe. His best bud is cool, but there's only one problem. His dad's goofy.
The Goofy movie.
It is a goofy movie. That is 1 point to
Why
Jessica.
was that so hard to think of?
Are we assuming that the television source material for that is Goof Troop?
We are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Canonically, it is a movie based on Goof Troop,
All right.
where the
All right.
mother has just disappeared from Pete's family. I don't think she was ever in Goofy's family, but they wanted to make sure Pete didn't have a wife either.
I mean, if you watch the way that relationship went over the course of Goof Troop, it's not surprising that she did.
All right. Jenny, 5 points. The ultimate crime fighting tool.
Inspector Gadget.
That is 5 points to Jenny. This is Inspector Gadget.
I
We found my
I,
niche.
I was muted, but I was like, I hope you get this.
Mhm. We got the long arm of the law, just got a little longer. The greatest hero ever assembled. Go Go July and Think Gadget.
I would like to send the police to deal with whoever came up with Go Go July.
Go Go July.
They need to go to jail for a brief but serious window.
Yeah.
All right, Amma.
Mm-hmm.
For 5 points, the fate of the world hangs in the balance. On July 27th, find out why.
Okay.
For 4 points, the end all be all of family comedies.
Okay.
For 3 points, in a time when computer animation gives us worlds of unsurpassed beauty, one film dares to be ugly.
Okay.
For 2 points, the movie event, 18 years in the making.
Is anybody allowed to
Not
guess?
yet.
Not
Okay.
yet. All right.
Last clue for 1 point. For years, lines have been drawn and then colored in yellow.
Mm. Is this the Simpsons movie?
This is the Simpsons movie. Jessica, when did you have that one?
Like the second clue.
All right, Jessica, you got one more shot at this. For 5 points, be afraid. Be kind of afraid.
Oh, I've heard that before. Keep going.
For 4 points, the ghouls are revolting.
Okay.
For 3 points, throughout the ages, one hero has cowered above the rest.
Mm-mm.
2 points, a hero will rise on 4 legs.
4 legs? No, I don't know.
For 1 point, Do happens June 14th.
I have no idea.
Does anybody else have an idea? Yell it out if you think you know it.
Scooby-Doo.
It is Scooby-Doo.
Sure is.
That is 1 point stolen by Amma, meaning Jessica picks up 1, Amma picks up 2, Jenny picks up 5 for being able to get Inspector Gadget on the 5-point clue.
That was a really cool tagline, though. That was clever.
That means Jenny's up to 11, Amma at 9, Jessica at 3. Jenny, you've won the opportunity to pick years again.
Pressure. Okay.
Would you like a movie from 1999, 2007, or 2019?
1999.
1999.
Please. Since the year I shaped these eyebrows
that's
and
why.
never looked back.
The boldness is admirable.
From 1999 for 5 points under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, a character gets drunk on ice cream. He later has a hangover from it. For 4 points under sex and nudity, Liz Hurley's boobs bounce when she's trying to get comfortable on the couch.
But Monkey Bone wasn't a TV show.
I think you're thinking of what's
Bedazzled.
the movie? Is it Bedazzled? Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. They live in the same universe.
2 of Brendan Fraser's opuses. Opie?
I was going to say I have a third one, but it might show up in the game, so I'm actually going to hold it.
3 points, sex and nudity. With Zoot now off him, it is implied that Martin as a human is nude. And when he physically impersonates Tim, he's also nude and walks up and greets Lizzie, who is shocked by the nudity. During this, we see a shot from behind that shows most of his bare butt. All right, Amma, what do you think?
My favorite Martian.
This is my favorite Martian. Christopher Lloyd, Jeff Daniels, and Liz Hurley.
Yep.
That sounds
also,
great. I'll watch that tonight.
Violence and gore, Martin's appendages fall apart. It looks like a mannequin more than anything violent. Martin's antennae are pulled out of his head. And sex and nudity. In the midst of a car chase, the Martian shrinks the car and drives through a sewer system. The car comes up in a toilet. We get a toilet eye view of an overweight man pulling down his pants to sit. No bare buttocks are shown, but the shadow of his buttock is.
Do you happen to have on hand who voiced that suit? Or would you have to look it up?
I do not. I'd have to look that
I can
up.
look it up later.
Okay. That brings Amma up to 12, Jenny at 11, Jessica at 3. Jessica, would you like a movie from 2002, 2010, or 2014?
What was the second one?
2010.
Go with that one.
Okay. From 2010 for 5 points under frightening and intense scenes, Everybody Dies.
Great clue.
I love a simple, concise warning. For 4 points under sex and nudity, a Disney princess jumps, and we briefly see genitalia under her dress.
I'm not sure I believe that one.
Mhm.
Usually these are sworn testimony, but
Mm.
that might be stretching the truth a little.
That seems like somebody projecting.
I mean, let's see. For 3 points under sex and nudity, there's a girl called Suck My Taint. Suck My Taint Girl, a parody of South Park. She's around 7 or 8 and asks adults to do sexual things to her. However, she is shown making out with the network head.
I feel so good about not having seen this movie.
Amma has a guess. What do you think, Amma?
Is this the Drawn Together movie?
This is the Drawn Together movie.
Wow. Wowzers.
Yep, no projection is happening. That
Yeah.
is something that happens in that movie.
Mhm.
Yikes.
Also in this movie, in one scene, Woldor Sockbat's penis looks so real that it may indeed be a real image superimposed upon a cartoon. And the penis is quite large. Other penises appear, but they are cartoon. And sex and nudity, a very long sex scene where Toot sticks her finger in Foxy's vagina from a point of view shot. Then another woman joins and they have a graphic lesbian threesome. Can you believe the show had, I think, 3 seasons?
Yeah.
Wowzers.
Well, with that, Amma moves up to 15, Jenny at 11, Jessica at 3. We got 2 movies left. We're going to have a real short one tonight.
Amma's win will be hard won. That was impressive.
I'm still pulling for Lloyd.
Let's say he still has a chance. Come on, we got this.
All right, Amma, would you like a movie from 1997, 2003, or 2018?
1997, please.
1997. For 1997, for 5 points under violence and gore, there are several slapstick bits where people slip and fall or fly through the air, but no one's hurt during any of these. For 4 points under violence and gore, Eddie runs into a pole, the boys slip and fall to the ground, etc. For 3 points under profanity, there's an incomplete ass in Wally's statement about doing homework so that Ward, quote, doesn't have to crawl up my... Jenny, what do you think this movie is?
That's Leave It to Beaver starring Eric Von Detten.
Amma, what do you think?
This is Eric Von Detten vehicle, as it was known primarily in my home, Leave It to Beaver.
This is
Yeah, that's
Eric Von Detten starring in Leave It to Beaver.
We talked about this one.
We sure did.
There was one reason for owning that VHS. Bless it.
What you bought it for one reason and one reason only.
That was
Really?
only because
would
I
think
had run
3
out
reasons.
of rollerblading movies. That was
Yeah. Yeah, Brink wasn't out yet.
oh yeah.
What about the TV remake of Escape to Witch Mountain with
With him and Elizabeth Moss.
Elizabeth Moss?
That was a great one. I love that one. It's not on
I-
Disney Plus. I have a
Yeah.
grievance.
I always forget that Elizabeth Moss was a child actor and then
Mhm.
see her pop up in these things. What about
This is
Dinotopia?
only related by my preteen sexuality, but did you know Andrew Keegan started a cult?
I did hear that. And then he showed up in a Mazda commercial like 3 years later, like he wasn't a cult. He wasn't like a
I
cult.
mean, to be fair, his cult sounded kind of cool. As cults go, it was a pretty chill cult.
I
Yeah.
mean, Jared Leto's still starring in movies.
Yeah.
And he's way
Mm.
creepier. His cult's uncool.
The other clues in Leave It to Beaver, Ward seductively tells his wife, June, you're vacuuming in pearls. You know what that does to me. She replies, stick around. Later, I'll slip into a pair of oven mitts. They then kiss, and Wally tells them, geez, why don't you two get a room?
I remember that.
And frightening and intense scenes, Beaver climbs up on top of a building to look inside a huge coffee cup, and at one point dangles from the structure several stories above the street.
Classic.
We've got one movie remaining. Amma at 18, Jenny at 14, Jessica at 3. Jenny, you get to pick this one. Would you like a movie from 2003, 2007, or 2019?
Oh, that's a lot of choices. I'm gonna have to go with 2003.
2003. All right, 2003, last movie for 5 points under violence and gore. A woman has a small piece of glass in her stomach. She then pulls it out, screaming in pain. For 4 points under profanity, they make fun of Dylan's previous last name, make a few references involving the word ass. For 3 points under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, the thin man is often seen smoking a cigarette. Jenny has a guess. Anybody else?
No, I don't. I don't.
Jenny does not have a
that was
guess.
a premature twitch.
For 2 points under sex and nudity, we see a close-up of Lucy Lou's buttocks in very tight jeans. We got 2 hands up. We got 3 hands up. Jessica, what do you think this movie is?
Charlie's Angels?
Amma, what do you think?
I also think it's Charlie's Angels.
Jenny, what do you think?
Haunted Bill Murray vehicle, Charlie's Angels.
We have negatives across the board. This is not Charlie's Angels.
Wow.
Was she in other movies?
Last clue for 1 point. Let's see if any of you can get that point you just lost. Under sex and nudity, we see Cameron Diaz in a bikini on the beach. The bikini bottoms only partially cover her bare butt. We see one close-up shot of her butt. Demi Moore wears a similar bikini that reveals the same things. No, Jenny?
No, I'm not playing your twisted game again.
Okay. Jessica, what do you think this time?
I'm pretty. Is it Charlie's Angels Full Throttle?
Amma, what do you think?
Same. Charlie's Angels Full Throttle.
This is Charlie's Angels Full Throttle, the sequel.
One could argue that that's based on a film and not a TV show because it's a sequel.
One could argue that. I wouldn't. I would also argue not a cursed Bill Murray vehicle because Bernie Mac replaces him in this movie.
Good point.
That's what lifts the curse, actually. It's very important. It was a subplot. You probably didn't see it in the director's cut.
All right, that brings us to the final question of the night. Right now, Amma's at 18, Jenny at 13, Jessica at 3, which means you're still in it, depending on how Jenny and Amma want to play this. In a moment, I will be asking you a numerical-based question based on a franchise. I want you to privately message me between 0 and your total points how confident you feel about answering a question about a franchise. Again, Amma can risk up to 18, Jenny can risk up to 13, Jessica can risk up to 3. Okay, I see everybody's bets are in.
Rooting for you, Lloyd.
One of my favorites in the genre that we did not talk at all about tonight, which is good because it means we get to do this question fresh. The Brady Bunch.
Ooh.
The Brady Bunch has two really great movies, but the question I want to ask you is, including TV movies, how many Brady Bunch movies are there? Privately message me
movies?
how many Brady Bunch movies you think there are. Whoever gets closest gets their points. If you get it exactly right, I'll give you an extra 3 points.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
Yes, you can.
Does this include like unauthorized biography movies?
It does not include unauthorized biographies.
Thank you.
They must be the Bradyest bunch in the universe.
Yes.
Apologies to Kaylee Cuoco and Adam Brody. You are not hopeful here.
I am way off either way. So I don't even know.
Okay, everybody has their guesses in. Jenny guessed 5. Amma guessed 6. Jessica guessed 7. Lloyd guessed 4.
Ooh.
That's a straight, I think. Congratulations.
This started in 1981 with The Brady Girls Get Married, followed by 1988, A Very Brady Christmas, 1995, The Brady Bunch Movie, 1996, A Very Brady Sequel, and 2002, The Brady Bunch in the White House. The movie where Mike Brady gets elected president and chooses my brain just went. Carol as his VP. If you're doing the math like one of you did, that's 5 movies. Which means Amma is off by 1 and loses the 5 points she bet. Jessica off by 2, only loses 1 point. Jenny, you get your 3 points for being exactly right, as well as your 13 points that you bet.
Your daily double, yes.
Meaning our final scores tonight, and somebody's walking away with their high score. Jessica at 2, Amma at 13, but our winner tonight with 29 points.
Wow.
Is Jenny Isme.
Wow.
Before we wrap this up,
I had no idea I had it in me. Don't play me off. I'm making a speech right now.
Okay.
This is such a long time coming. And I'm finally ready to cede my crown to Lloyd as the losingest on this show. Now that I've proven I'm actually secretly the best at it and have been letting everyone else win the whole time.
I have a little extra piece of trivia in here based on a question I was gonna ask, but decided not to. But the Brady Bunch movie came out in 1995. It's a movie that's like a parody of what if you took this happy family from the past and set them in present day.
Yeah.
Brady Bunch started in 1969, which means there are 16 years between the Brady Bunch starting and the Brady Bunch movie set in present day, which means that if you were to do that today, it would be based on a TV show that came out 16 years ago in 2008.
Wow.
Some shows, for example, would be The Penguins of Madagascar, The Real Housewives of both Atlanta and New York City,
Yeah.
The In-Betweeners, Terminator, The Sarah Connor Chronicles, Leverage, 90210, the Beverly Hills 90210 remake.
Reboot, wow.
Yeah.
Star Wars, The Clone Wars, Fringe, True Blood, The Mentalist, Sons of Anarchy, and of course, Breaking Bad. We are as far out from Breaking Bad as the Brady Bunch movie was from the Brady Bunch.
Oh, boy.
That was a question. That was just a statement to hurt us. What's wrong with you? There wasn't even a trivia question. That was just, hey, we're all 30 years older than me. My God, masochist.
We are, as of this year, 19 years
Oh,
away
God.
from the Brady Bunch movie.
Oh boy.
Wow.
So that's just a little fun. Also, let's talk about some of the movies we didn't get to tonight. We didn't get to Astro Boy.
Mm.
Didn't get to Widows, which I learned was based on a miniseries.
Oh wow. Widows was
Uh,
great.
Widows is really good, especially if you really want to see Viola Davis and Liam Neeson fucking going for it.
Hmm.
Just more tongue than you've seen in a movie in a long time.
More than I ever want to see on Liam Neeson come to it. 100% more than I asked.
Didn't get to the Shaun the Sheep movie, Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle, Entourage, 22 Jump Street, Reno 911 Miami, Hey Arnold the movie, The Equalizer, or the Banana Splits movie.
The Equalizer was oh
It sure was,
wow.
from 85 to
Oh,
89.
yeah.
Huh. All right.
So that's just some fun TV movie stuff. Well, thank you all for being here. This was so much fun. Before we go, if there's anything you want to promote, anywhere you want to be found, or just any last words. Jessica, I'm sure you've got a lot to share.
That's me. Okay. So shout out to Mary Apparel Designs on Etsy for giving me an excuse to make a sweatshirt. Oh, you can't read it. Hold on. Wait,
Oh no.
wait. I did it. I'm just
Holy
here.
shit! Jessica has made the I'm Just Here
I'm just
sweatshirt.
here. There we go.
That is incredible.
I wanted a new sweatshirt, so why not, right?
That's so cool.
So now I'll wear it every time. I'm gonna wear it out somewhere. They'll be like, okay.
Only took 115 episodes from your
Yes.
first episode.
Yes.
But Jessica officially is just here.
I'm just here.
Incredible. Amma, anything you would like to say before we leave?
I lost it by not even a movie, but like by what, not like 1 point, but like one movie. So I'm in a lot of pain right now. Beyond that, I am doing shows all over Boston, stand-up comedy. We're having a good time. I'm also hosting an online show for KO Comedy on Super Bowl Sunday. So if anyone has no interest in the game and wants to hang out and watch jokes, I will be doing that on KO Comedy's Twitch channel. And beyond that, you can find me on Instagram and YouTube at Amma Marfo.
Yeah, that is great to do that online. I once had an in-person show on Super Bowl Sunday.
Ooh.
And 20 minutes into when the show was supposed to start, we canceled it.
I'm very curious as to who I'm going to get to be on it. So if anybody wants to tell jokes on Super Bowl Sunday,
I'll tell jokes on Super Bowl Sunday. I'm not watching anything.
All right, I'll write you down.
Sweet. And finally, our winner, Jenny Isme. First of all, would you like to claim your prize?
Gosh, I'm so torn. There are so many insane things that I could make you watch, but I'm also really tempted to just swing it at Time Bandits. Ooh, I don't know. Did you ever get around to watching The Ghost of Dragstrip Hollow?
You know what's funny? I did.
Did you love it? Was it incredible?
We have different opinions of that movie.
Okay, but listen, for y'all who haven't seen it, if you have not given yourself this gift, there's a whole musical number where someone plays the gun as an instrument. Like that, like
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I'm pretty sure Scooby-Doo stole a lot from those
probably
movies.
It's such a good movie to put on mute during a Halloween party with other music. It's very good for that. Oh man, you've already seen that one. Have you seen I'm on like a Saltburn kick. Did you see Killing of a Sacred Deer?
No, I haven't.
Oh, I'm gonna ruin your
Yes.
week, Nick. Get ready to
No,
cry.
thank you for finally forcing me to watch this movie.
Ooh,
I
I
yeah.
actually should do that this week because Barry Keoghan's getting Hasty Pudding on Friday. So I should do that.
I really like the Yorgos Lanthimos movies I've seen, and that is a big one that because I missed it in theaters, I just never had the energy to put it on. So
It was my birthday this month, so I'm glad I got here in time. And for my birthday weekend, we watched the weirdest trio of movies possible, being Saltburn, Barbie, and Killing of a Sacred Deer.
Good
It was
Lord.
such a weird time, but like I feel like I went through something and came out a new person. So a good way to
I mean,
transition.
all three of those movies have a scene where somebody's slurping cum out of a bathroom drain, right?
It's true. It's true. And that
All right, Killing of a Sacred Deer. I'm excited.
Oh, you're gonna love it in a way that hurts your soul forever. You won't
I'm
recover.
sure.
It's great.
In fairness, I've only seen The Lobster and The Favorite. I still need to see Poor Things, but I just didn't get to the theaters.
I haven't seen Poor Things yet, but I am also known for loving movies that are a form of self-harm. I've watched Dancer in the Dark multiple times.
Oh no.
I own it on DVD. Like so yeah, I'm sorry, and if you need to call someone during the movie, I understand, because it is bleak. Dark.
I'm sure, but again, it's one that I've been needing to watch for a long time, and
And how wonderful is Barry? He's my new best friend in my heart.
If you want to shout it at him in Cambridge, Massachusetts, you could do so on Friday.
Oh, I would like to. Damn, I don't know if I can be trusted. I once kissed Coolio by force because we were in the same space. Like, I'm a big fan of people and I get excited. I can't contain myself.
All right. All right.
Would you consider that a fantastic voyage?
Would he?
I mean, I didn't like stalk him. I was I'll tell you my kissing Coolio story later, Nick. It'll be fine.
You don't kiss
It
Coolio
was lovely.
until.
It was lovely, by the way. I smooched him on the cheek.
All right.
Is there anything else you'd like to say before we go?
Oh yeah, I mean my show's coming out sometime in the spring, but I'll come back and torture myself when I have my shit together.
Excited for it.
Hey mom, I won. She's been watching for like 3 years.
Well, let's wrap this up. Thank you all so much for being here. Once again, Amma Marfo, Jessica Mayotte, Jenny Isme, Lloyd Legacy Sharp still hanging out in the Zoom. Bet on that final question. I'm Nick Martucci. You can find me on all social media at Blundering Idiom. Find the show on Facebook. Search Inappropriate Movie Database or click the link in the description of this video. Twitter and Instagram at IMDb Game. We do this show every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern right here on this channel. So if you like this, subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit subscribe, do bell, hit all the buttons that will make YouTube show these videos to other people. And if you want to be on the show, please reach out. Like I said, spots still available for every Monday, but they're gonna fill up. So get on that now. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. We will be back next week, February 5th, with movies based on true stories. Till then, goodbye, everybody.